know you guys haven't seen me in a while, but to be honest with you, I was in a little bit of a relationship. It was rather short-lived, but I did want to give it the attention that I felt like it deserved at the time. But I am out of that, so now I'm back to talk to you guys, specifically my career-driven women, on some of the observations that I made while I was in and out of my most recent relationship. And hopefully this experience that I've had can shed a little insight on maybe an experience that you've had. I really want to talk about feminine and masculine energy and how we behave and conduct ourselves in that kind of scope and that mentality. So let me first explain what I mean by feminine and masculine energy. You know that masculine energy is sometimes described as assertiveness, directness, ambition, competitiveness, right? Generally. And then feminine energy is typically described generally as compassion, emotional intelligence, awareness, nurturing, those kind of emotion-based energy. So all of us, male and females, we carry and exhibit both masculine and feminine traits. It doesn't matter what sex you are, we both have proportions of masculine and feminine energy about us. Some of us skew a little bit more masculine, some of us skew a little bit more feminine, but both of us can exhibit both characteristics. What I notice about myself in relationships here in the States versus or as compared to myself in relationships in the UK was that when I'm here in the US, in my relationships, I really struggle to bring out my more feminine characteristics. What do I mean by that? Well, what I've observed is that the success that we strive towards here in the States are all very masculine driven traits. So we admire and respect people that are go-getters, that are aggressive, that are direct, that are assertive, that are competitive. We are highly competitive here in the States, that go after what they want. All of those types of things that pull themselves up by their bootstraps, that work hard, all of those things, while women exhibit those characteristics, those are in the more masculine realm of energetically. So I feel like whenever I'm here in the States, those are what I skew towards, and those are personally what I'm good at, right? And so it kind of pulls me away from my feminine energy, and I struggle to bring about more balance in my life. And this really shows when I'm in relationships with men, because I find that when you are in your masculine energy a lot around other men, they become hyper competitive with you, right? And I try to consciously make myself a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more feminine. And I'm not changing myself, I don't want to say that, but I am more comfortable on the evenly keeled side of things. But here in the States, I struggle to be evenly keeled energetically, because I am a career-driven, ambitious woman, and by the nature of that, that puts you into the more masculine energy. I found that when I was in London, it was easier for me to be more feminine, to be more emotionally in touch, comfortably. I'm always emotionally intelligent, I consider myself. I'm always kind of energetically aware of my emotions and how I feel and how I exhibit those, and being, compassionate and caring of other people's feelings. But in London, I felt like it was just much more easier for me to do that, much more accepted. In my relationships, I felt comfortably, solidly in that space of being more evenly keeled with my masculine energy of being ambitious and being success and a go-getter, and still being caring, compassionate, feminine, potentially letting a man take the lead a little bit more and allowing him into his more masculine space. And allowing me into my more feminine space. So it's something that I really was aware of in my most recent relationship, and it's something that I kind of wanted to bring to your attention, because I find as career-driven women here in the States, we are solidly planted in masculine energy, and it might be an issue that you're seeing in your relationships with men being hyper-competitive with you when you get into relationships with them, even though you're not competitive with them, and you're a little bit confused, because this has been my experience. You're a little bit confused as to why the guys that you're in relationships with all of a sudden feel, it seems as though they feel threatened by you, or sometimes you'll hear women say, oh, I'm intimidating, or something like that. I don't really experience it as intimidation. I experience it as they feel that they're in some sort of competition with you. And I don't believe it's only because women have stepped more into career-driven women have stepped more into masculine energy. I feel that just generally men in general feel threatened by women in general who are stepping up and stepping into their careers. So I don't feel it's a personal problem that I'm having. I think it's a problem that a lot of us are experiencing, and this is why I wanted to share this part of my journey with you, to raise a flag with you, to see if it's something that you're experiencing in your journey as well, because I think it is a collective experience that we're all having. Another thing that I wanted to bring to your attention, and it's a little bit of a TMI subject, a little bit, but it's birth control. I find that I've heard this experience a lot, is that whenever women are on birth control, it pulls them out of their feminine energy, and it makes them a little colder. It makes them a little bit more disconnected to their partner. And clearly there are reasons for this. If you are trying to not get pregnant, if you are inhibiting the pregnancy, process, then of course you're not going to be that bonding chemicals that come about when you make love or have sex with somebody is going to be inhibited, along with the non-attachment of the egg to the uterus and all of the kind of clinical things that happen. Clearly, if you're on birth control, your hormones are going to be shifted, the process is going to be inhibited, and you can expect that your bonding with your partner is going to be inhibited as well. I remember one of my best friends raised that flag with me. She said that, she was on a particular birth control, and she felt like her libido got drastically affected by it. And so I started to pay attention as well, and lo and behold, yes, birth control does affect your libido, it does affect your bonding, and I feel like it moves you out of your feminine energy and puts you more squarely into masculine energy. So not only are we career driven and ambitious and direct and competitive, but then if you're on any kind of birth control, it's moving you more into that squarely. So I think it's something that is a flag that I wanted to raise with you guys, and to share that experience and see if it's something that you have experienced as well. Leave me comments below and let me know if it's something that you understand or that you've experienced yourself. But yeah, just pay attention to where you are energetically, whether you're skewing masculine or feminine, and just pay attention to how you think that is received in your relationships. Anyway, I do these videos so you're not out here alone in this sometimes crazy dating world. If this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. And I will see you guys again in my next one. My phone's going off. Bye, guys.